Welcome back to the MLG stream of the ESL Euro Series 2013. Of course, we're in a semifinal match between Fnatic and Na'Vi. It's tied up 2-2. The final best-of-3 series between Zanster and Strelok decides which team advances to the grand finals. Remember, they're competing for 5,000 euros in prize money here. Zanster won Game 1 against Strelok's mech play. That was a pretty awesome game, though. Hopefully, I kind of hope Strelok does mech again. I love seeing mech. I'm a big fan of mech. We'll see if it happens. Anyways, we're here in Game 2. Down 0-1. Has to win this match to keep Na'Vi's hopes in this semifinal match alive. It is the Red Terran, Strelok. And his opponent, one win away for sealing the deal for Fnatic, carrying him to the grand finals of the ESL Euro Series 2013, the Blue Zerg, Zanster. Strelok again going with the barracks opening. No command center first yet. Looks like again it's going to be a gasless expansion. No gases quite yet. Here's the SCV to scout. Meanwhile, from Zanster's point of view, there's a drone scouting right now. Sees the barracks. Now there's always a choice. Do you go all the way in to see if they're getting gas or not? Tough question. He decides not to. If you do go in to see if they're getting gas or not, you can get locked out, right? You get trapped, you lose the drone. But it's sometimes nice to know if they're getting gas or not. But he can also tell maybe if the Overlord can poke in and see the expansion timing. That can work too. Also, he might not care. He says, you know what? If you're going Reaper opening or, a quicker into Hellions, I don't really care. My build is solid against everything. So, a lot of possible reasons to not send a drone up there. The biggest one just being you don't want to lose drones. Look at these guys. Aren't they so cute? They've got like little claws, and the thing about drones though, their brains look like they're really small. I guess if you're just creating the Zerg units, you don't prioritize brain. Because you're just giving them orders anyway, right? If you're like Kerrigan or you're the Overmind, you're just giving them orders anyway. So like they don't really need a brain. They just need enough of a brain to interpret your orders. So like you don't have to spell out everything, right? If you want to say go attack that location, they'll kind of like just go attack it, and they'll competently decide which unit to attack. They won't sit there like clawing the ground or something. Like you said, the location, they're just attacking the dirt. So you need like some basic brain on Zerg units, but don't need to be rocket scientists. 6 Zerglings is a decent number early on. Maybe he's trying to sneak in here and get some damage done. But actually, wait, 2 Marines. Oh, it's a trap because he never saw the other 4 Zerglings. It's a trap. It's a trap. 4 more Zerglings are there. Book it, Marines. They're booking it so fast. Yeah, he only showed it 2 Zerglings. So Strelok sent 2 Marines out to deal with them, but there's really 6. And none of these Marines are in trouble. SCVs have to be pulled. Now he should clean this up without too much of a problem, but I think he did lose. Okay, so he lost 2 SCVs for 4 Zerglings. It's not bad. It's not bad from Zanster. It's easier to replace Zerg units than it is to replace Terran SCVs. Diving on that Marine, not going to get the kill. SCV's there to help out their buddy. And there's a lot of mine time lost as well. Not a lot, but I mean, he just transferred him anyway. But there was a couple seconds of mine time lost when his SCVs were fighting. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I'm not actually getting the game sounds. Are you getting the game sounds, Lennox? I just realized. There we go. Thank you, sir. I was like, something's missing. Something's missing. Now I'm feeling it. Dun, 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 dun. I love the game sounds here. The music, too. StarCraft music's pretty good, Again, we see the faster layer from Zanster. We saw this in Game 1 as well, going straight for mutas. Pretty much not as quick as possible. He's been getting Zergling speed before layer, but basically as quick with also getting Zergling speed fairly early. There's the 3rd hatchery. Gets him just in time before the Hellions are there to stop that drone from planting the hatchery down. See the timing of it again. He might suspect a similar build. Strelok this time. We'll see if he goes the mech route or not. Here's his 3rd command center being built right now. Very macro-focused play from Strelok. Hellions are mustering in front of the Zerg base, and the Spire is already going down here in a natural. Now he wants to get enough speedings to chase away those Hellions and take some map control. That's typically the goal. Until the Hellions get into super huge numbers, Speedians are actually very good against them. You can surround and take them out very quickly. The problem is, once the numbers scale up very high, Hellions get to that point where they can kill Speedians as fast as they can kind of run in. And Strelok again going mech. I love it. I love seeing mech play. Yes, he lost last game, but you know what? I just want to see more mech play. Oh, not. He's going to do it? Yep. One Hellion said, don't worry, guys. I'll take the shot. We know it's there, but for some reason, we can only point our flamethrowers at a unit. So, Bob, drive your bike over there. Just trust me, you'll be fine. Park your bike right in that spot. And he's like, what are you guys all doing? Y'all just shoot your flamethrowers at him. Worked out, though. He survived, got rid of that creep tumor. Nicely done there by Strelok. Third base is up for Strelok. Is he going to be ready for the mutas? Last time he was, and he really minimized muta damage. Let's see about this time. Is he going to get a Thor after this next tank? That's what he did last game. After the second tank, he started a Thor. 2 more factories in production. Let's see if he does it. No eBay quite yet. There's the Thor into eBay. He's got his time down to a science to get everything up in just the right time. Very, very, very experienced with this mech build is Strelok. Hellions coming in here, see if they can disrupt any more creep spreading. Oh, he's trying to get rid of that tumor by shooting the queen. That was kind of clever. Speedians are going to try to sneak in here, but there is a wall set up by Strelok, so they won't be able to do anything on a counterattack. Meanwhile, back at home, no 5th and 6th gas set from Zanster, so he's not really going to continue cramming up mutas. More where Strelok loves mech play. Instead, getting ready to transition to roaches with double evos and a roach horn. Everything's looking very similar to the last game so far. Differences are this map's a little bit smaller than Frost. Frost is a huge map. Here come the mutas, and here's the Thor. Thor's here. Gets, oh! Nicely placed Widowmine. Gets it. Oh, another Widowmine. 2 muta kills already. Only has lost a single SCV so far. Great defense against the mutas. Strelok really caught Zanster off guard with those Widowmines. He did not have those last game. So I was saying everything looked the same as last game, but those 2 Widowmines. Small differences can make a big difference if they add up. Oh, Overlord's being annoying, spreading creep. 2 Marines are going to be very useful here, actually. It's weird. When you go in mech, these first Marines are actually still useful because it takes forever for Thor's skill Overlords, plus your Thor might need to stay back to defend against mutas. Missile turret and sensor tower being built up. The defense is being set up. Here's the mutas coming back into the main. Oh, there's a Widowmine and a missile turret. Oh, only 4 mutas remain. This is getting pretty brutal, man. Zanster's mutas have not really accomplished what he wanted them to. The good news for Zanster is, you know, his macro is going strong. If you take a look at things, he's up to 70 drones. He probably wants to put, well, he's going heavy roach. You need a lot of supply to go roaches. Units killed so far. A lot of units killed by Strelok just with the Widowmines and with some early Zerglings being picked off. Overall, a fairly passive game, though, so far. Here at the 12-minute mark, Zanster is getting the infestation pick, continuing his upgrades. Thinking of putting some pressure on. Oh, mutas, be careful. Strelok wanting to keep those stores safe. We do have a small group of Hellions. They could take the watchtower. They could sweep into the 4th base. Zanster posturing around, wanting to trap those Hellions. There he goes. Gets 1, gets 2. 3 Hellions are down. Meanwhile, Zanster starting 2-2. Strelok currently at 1-0, working on 2-0. He did build a 2nd armory, so he should be able to start the vehicle and ship armor as soon as he desires. Adding more and more factories. No 4th command center quite yet. Focusing on trying to build up his army. Of course, when you go mech, you're going to be down substantially in supply. And the reason why is mech units are expensive and factories are expensive. It takes a while to build up enough factories to produce on a large scale. 3rd base is being temporarily abandoned. He's scared to go down to the low ground. Does not want to risk exposing his tank force. Luckily, most of the SCVs survived. Slowly leapfrogging the tanks in here. And this small Zerg force will be taken out. A few brave roaches. This is what happens if you're a brave roach. You end up like that. As soon as he probably sent a Thor on him. Meanwhile, what Zanster's doing, he's trying to find holes in Strelok's defense. Because what Zanster wants he wants to do small trades. You know, a group of roaches here for, you know, a couple hellbats, a tank here or there. Small trades Zanster wants because if Strelok loses a unit right now, it slows down his ability to max out. If he just replace that unit, then progress on with the supply. If Zanster loses a unit, he can just replace it instantly. As soon as he wants to, he can instantly replace that unit. So small trades is what he wants. Now, he doesn't want a massive engagement. I mean, if he wouldn't mind a massive engagement if he could do it evenly. But he doesn't want to just charge into this tank line, because he would take very poor, he would just be slaughtered, right? It would be very poor for him to charge into that. So he's trying to find opportunities to get small unit trades off. And now, as soon as he gets the Vipers in play, by the way, there's a scan of Strelok identifying the hive timing. It was just like last game, Vipers will be used to try to use blinding clouds on siege tanks, maybe abducts as well. And Strelok is going to try to counter this by getting enough starports out, basically, and get enough Vikings out that he can, at the very least, kill the Vipers every time they try to make a move like that. If not, even kill them before they get their spells off. Still a lot of kind of building up right here. The tension is building. Both players progressing in upgrades. Zanster at 2-2. Strelok working on 3-1. Zanster now working on 3-3. Getting Hydra speed so he can add in some Hydras in his army. 2 additional Evas being built. Those are, of course, so the Vipers can suck some life from the evolution chambers and turn that into energy for them. Scouting SCVs being sent out. Meanwhile, Strelok wants the 4th base. Mutas and Roaches there to answer, but of course Strelok can easily push those away. Strelok is now maxed out, trying to incorporate Vikings into his composition. Strelok needs to get this as planetary, but when his army is gone, the Roaches are coming in here. There's still a lot of tanks. Can the Roaches find a decent trade? Some are going down to bother SCVs, others are trying to take out the siege tanks. And the rest of Strelok comes back to defend. You know, Strelok took the better efficiency there, but Zanster's able to get in here and get a good number of SCV kills. And the goal is that if he can disrupt enough and distract enough, maybe he can try to take out this planetary fortress. But no, there's some hellbats. Those should buy time. He's going to retreat those for a bit. He wants to keep this PF alive. I think he should have no problem doing that with some repair if needed. Vikings and a Thor taking out the Mutilus, and yes, if he, assuming he actually repairs this, not even going to actually, says whatever. Scan going down. Seeing what is behind those Roaches. Worried about counterattack to his 3rd base, so he's starting to head back here. Now both players are max. Zanster, of course, has a lot more resources in the bank. Zanster taking the 5th base, trying to maintain 1 base advantage over Strelok. Gonna kill these rocks for easier access to the planetary fortress. Strelok has spotted this with that sensor. Oh, the Vipers! Oh, 1 Viper goes down. Vipers are so important here. Meanwhile, not even seeking all the tanks. Scanning to see what is behind the Zerg army there. You know, Zanster continues to make the bulk of his army Roaches and Hydranus. Which, if you get the money abducts, the money blinding clouds, it can work, but without those, the mech army will destroy you. A lot of Zerg players prefer to try to transition over to Swarm Hosts, because those spawn, like, free Roaches, right? But Zanster happy to use his gas on the Vipers and just really try to overwhelm Strelok, perhaps, with waves of Roaches and Hydra. Strelok, this time he's being smarter. Remember last game, he went deep on the creep and kind of got a little bit spread out. Got picked apart. He's just slowly pushing back creep, taking the battles where he wants to. You know, he's 3-1, continuing his upgrades, starting to get the level 2 for the Vikings as well as level 2 armor for both air and ground. Fusion core and 2 more starports. A great transition is battle cruisers in late game TVZ, especially if you're going mech and you've already got good upgrades on the way. The question is can Strelok needs a 5th base? For sure. I mean, sometime in the next, like, 6-7 minutes. So, where is Strelok going to move, take a 5th base? And can he defend 5 bases? The more bases you take, the more spread out you get. The more spread out you get, the easier it is for the Zerg to find an opening to send in their units and take out a base. Nice moves here by Strelok. PDDs keep the Vikings alive, taking out some Overseers. Getting a nice volley on a Viper as well. Zanster thinking about a potential Ultras transition, upgrading melee, Ultras Carapace. Perhaps thinking about maybe he might want to air transition as well later on, getting some air attack. But Strelok is just methodically pushing back the creep across the middle of the map. He wants to retake the middle. Once he takes the middle, he could more easily make a move on either this space or this space to turn into a planetary fortress. Oh, Hellbat's overextending a bit. Could be intentional, trying to free up supply. Replacing it with battlecruisers and Ravens. Oh, taking out another Viper. Each Viper is so important. Without the Vipers, the Road Charger army is substantially weaker. Strelok's afraid to push too far forward because if he goes too far forward, the Zerg can bypass straight into his 4th base. Oh, I think he's going to make double planetaries here. Why make 1 planetary when you can make 2? It's tougher to kill 2 than it is to kill 1. Here we go, Sensor Tower. Is he going to see? Oh, I think he sees the edge. How's he going to respond? Unsieging, getting ready to react. A scan to tell exactly what's going on. Zanster backs away, just trying to keep Strelok on his toes. We do have the Raven energy upgrading finishing very soon, along with Yamoto Cannon. Remember, Yamoto Cannon can one-shot Broodlords, can one-shot Corruptors, it can one-shot Vipers, can one-shot everything but Ultras, basically. Oh, there goes the PDDs. Here come the Siege Tanks, though. And that was a nice split attack by Zanster. Half the army to distract Strelok, the other half to take out the base. But unfortunately, he didn't send a Viper with this half. And with 2 planetary fortresses, not enough to take on both planetary fortresses at once. He needs, if you have a Viper, he can abduct the PS, and then you can take him out. But without the Viper there, much, much harder to get any damage done. We do see Zanster with a lot of resources in the bank. Yes, his army right now is fairly weak, but he can replace it with a ton of swarm hosts at a moment's demand. He can... the problem is though... Oh, nice defense here. Oh, wait, this is a lot of Zerg. Can he break this? The top planetary, focus down, it's down. The bottom planetary, there's no repair fast enough. There's so much damage up from Zerg, but wait a minute. Here comes tanks from behind. It does go down. A lot of Hydras died in that making, but a Vero might have been worth it. What's he going to replace him with? Zanster to 133 supply. What is he going to remax with? He's thinking. He's thinking. He's still thinking. He doesn't know what to build. He's at 120 supply. He doesn't know what to build. What would you build? Well, I mean, I would build Swarmos. Yeah, I think I would build Swarmos here. There we go. Hydra just coming in here, taking out a Siege Tank. Another Siege Tank going down. Siege Tank are sieging up. A couple decent hits there. Zanster is still waiting to remax. He may even think about doing something crazy, like 70 mutas at once. He could do that. It would be funny if he did 70 mutas at once and forgot to magic box and he all died to like 3 Thors in 1 second. I think that'd be funny. So now we do have a 5-base Terran. Zanster's going up to 7 bases though, so Strelok definitely wants to try to fight for these 2 bases. These are the contested ones. Oh, more Hydras going down here. Meanwhile, we do have the Remax still not in play yet for Zanster. More upgrades on the way. Neural Parasite. Sport. Oh, he's going to try to do like the massive army. He's going to cancel these Spore Cars. Strelok is scared to move out because he doesn't know what Zanster has. You can see he's scanning. He's trying to find the units. Where's your army, Zanster? Where's your army? What are you making? He's making 24 Ultralists. This guy's lost his mind. Canceling. How do you make 24 Ultras at once? Each Ultras is 6 supply. That's 144 supply with a single click there, I believe. Wow. Wow. 24 Ultras at once. He's at 229 supply. Building Spore Cores and canceling them to pass the 200 supply mark. Now, the good news is a lot of Strelok's army is air, and Ultras can't attack air. The bad news is the part of his army that's ground. The 14 siege tanks and 3 Thors, they're going to be very unhappy. Oh, he scans some Ultralists. Oh, he scans. He sees like 11 Ultralists. He's like, that's a lot of Ultralists. He doesn't even know. He thinks this is it. He thinks this is it. There's more. Look at that. There's more behind him. It's never ending. Here's the charge. Oh, massive fungals. The entire air army is chain fungled. He's tried to fungal the infestors. He's got to get rid of those infestors into queens. Oh, man. If he did not Yamato those infestors, all this would have died. 2, 3 more fungals. We would have had a totally different game. Strelok caught totally off guard. Very heads-up play to immediately Yamato the infestors to prevent chain fungling, but the damage could be critical here. Ultras coming into the main and just doing some work. Meanwhile, another crew of Ultras going to the bottom right base. This base is going to fall as well. There's no way you can stay alive with this many Ultras, but remember, there's still battle cruisers and 4 more being built. And these battle cruisers do have 2 attack upgrades. The 3rd one just finishing now. I don't know. when you see Ultras burrow. That's pretty cute. Ultras do clean this up. So, at the end of the day, you know, a lot of damage. Strelok lost so much of his ground force. And Zanster, remember, Zanster is up at 7 bases. He can afford to lose units. Continuing to do damage even now. Trying to use some Seekers to soften up the Ultras. More Seekers. Oh no, PDDs to block the Hydra and Queen shots. The Vikings are going to land. Of course, he wants to avoid the Ultras with the Vikings, but if he can fight the Hydras or the Queens, he's happy. Oh, going straight for the orbital commands. Oh no, orbital! Or command center, excuse me, that one goes down. Zanster deciding to remax and almost exclusively Hydras. A few infestors to chain fungal. Now, Strelok probably wants to find a way to repair some of these units. It's going to be tricky though. How many point defensors and seeker missiles are going to be key? Because Hydras in bulk are very vulnerable to, well, to both of those. PDDs obviously block Hydra shots and seeker missiles against any unit massed up. Strelok needs to keep this base alive. Ultralisk when he's taking on Planetary Fortress. Great job with the repair though. Yamatos are going down. There goes an Ultralisk. The Hydralisks are in massive numbers. Poor Ultralisk. Hello, Ultralisk. Poor little guy. 80 Yamato cannon. More Ultralisks being built, of course. He wants to have a few to clear out the ground army, take out the Planetary Fortresses. Strelok, because if he doesn't clear the ground army, even like, if the Hydras are busy attacking the battle cruisers, which are very tanky, even like 4 siege tanks would do terrible damage. So, as Strelok's adding more and more siege tanks, Zanster needs more Ultras. He's gonna sacrifice a few Hydras, trade them off for some economy here, and the reason why is he wants more Ultras in his army. I love how we have more Ravens being built by Strelok. Ravens can be so cost efficient as the game goes on. Remember, Strelok is trading very, very well. He's getting better and better at these trades, but he's on 4 bases. His opponent's taking an 8th base. Strelok needs to take another base. Should he move on this base or should he move to the bottom? He needs to pick either top or bottom, make him move very soon, because even though Zanster is just throwing army after army, he can remax so easily. Here we come in, a little bit of harassment, the natural. This base is going to fall. What if he's going to keep pushing on to the top left or not? One orbital command goes down to just speedlings. Ultras and Hydras coming up here. Remember, by the way, guys, if Zanster wins this, Fnatic wins. Strelok needs to win this to keep Na'Vi in the running. Strelok needs this win, but Zanster is taking over the entire map. The Hydra is doing work on the orbitals. They're going to be cleaned up, but Zanster, remember, yes, he lost this base. It's all right. He still got 7 bases. He got 4 across the bottom, 3 on the left side. He still has 7 bases. He can replace units so easily. Strelok needs another base. Oh, insult to injury. putting the hatchery down there. Additional blocking of the expansion that Strelok really desperately wants. Strelok at 170 supply, but don't let that fool you. Oh, oh, Yamoto's going down. Neural Parasite's going down. Yamotoing the Infestor is good call there. Oh, it's a bad Yamoto himself there from Neural Parasite, but overall, this many battle cruisers. Remember, battle cruisers do very well against Hydralists. Zanster needed some great Neural Parasites to beat this army. Army value is through the roof for Strelok. What can stop this Terran Death Air Armada of mass species? Zanster doesn't know, he's just getting one Viper. He's like, what do I get? One Viper. That'll do it. That'll do it, guys. Just need the one Viper and I'm good. One Viper is all I need. A great counterattack here from Zanster. Now Strelok is no longer mining once this base falls. This is his, well, he's in a few seconds he'll no longer be mining. Meanwhile, going straight for the heart of Zanster is Strelok, continuing to push in here. Unrelenting. Mutalists. You know what? Mutalists are going to get slaughtered by battlecruisers in a straight-up engagement. Battlecruisers destroy Mutalists. But, I think he's realized that he has nothing that can beat BC Raven. He has absolutely nothing. But what he can do, if he keeps expanding to the corners, rebuilding expansions, he can win a base race. Zanster pulling the ultimate Zerg trick out of his hat. Going for the base race, Strelok needs to get some of these orbitals with his army. Because this muted transition could be devastating in the base race situation. Widowmines. This Widowmines has been around from the start of the game. It killed one Mutalist and just now another Hydralist. Wow. Here are all the Mutants moving in here. He should go for the orbitals. Those, of course, are going to be the priority in the base race. Meanwhile, Strelok just continues to march across the map, obliterating everything in his path. BCs just don't even care. A very scary army is mustered right now by Strelok. We do have the Zerg player. Going to try to work away these buildings. Here comes the Mutas. How many does he have? 21. Okay. Oh, Widowmine takes out another one. Hey, Widowmine's doing work. He will take all these buildings, but the orbitals are what Strelok wants. And as long as he has SCVs with his army, he has 11 SCVs with his army. As long as he has that, he can just build a bunch of depots, you know? And he can drop a ton of mules to mine. Strelok is actually in a decent position here. But so is, I mean, Zanster can still win the base race because if he kills all this stuff, right? Strelok can only move at the speed of these orbitals. Alright, if he's confined to moving at the speed of the orbitals, that does slow him down a bit because if he ditches him, the Mutas can just come in and knock him out. Zanster, another spire being built at the top left, trying to get some more Mutas. Oh, Strelok, he wants to keep these SCVs alive. The more SCVs, the better. Is he going back for... Oh, he's going back to kill the he's going back to kill the ground army. Yes. He's like, the Mutas might fly away, but I can finish off the Ultralists, the Hydralists. Oh, this is annoying ground army. Oh, some of the Hydralists get away. Others, not so lucky. We do have Strelok in hot pursuit. Death Army moving across the map. Zanster, in desperation, switched to Mutalist, knowing that he could not... At least he couldn't think he has any solution to this Terran army. Instead, going for the base trade. Oh, he's found a vulnerable tank. But wait, Yamotos could be deadly. How many Yamotos can he cast? There's one. Remember, every Yamoto is one dead Mutalist. If he even sees the Mutas for a second, if he can click, he's got 12 Yamotos he could cast in a period of like a second, right? So if he spots the Mutalist and the BCs get in range, they can just obliterate the entire pack just with Yamotos. He's found the last bases of Zanster expanding across the bottom. Needs to keep expanding. Needs to find a way to take out these orbital commands. I like this move by Strelok. Landing one where it is unlikely to be found. I don't like conditioning SCVs, so the SCVs are a very important part of his army. Oh no! He's been found! He's been found out. Meanwhile, Strelok's unstoppable army continues to advance forward here. Zerg under heavy fire. Overlords are going down. The Spire might go down as well. He's trying to find, right now he's scanning What he's trying to do is he's trying to find where additional bases are. He sees them being rebuilt all across the bottom. Strelok continues to move. These two orbitals need to stay alive. Ideally, the SCVs stay alive as well. Zanster, so many minerals. How many drones does Zanster have? He has 34 drones. Okay. As Creep dies, he'll lose some vision. You know, this is the point where Strelok maybe should split his army in half, but he's not 100% sure he can beat... He's not 100% sure half his army can beat the entire Zerg army. It turns out it is, in this case, but he's not sure. Because if he was, he could leave half of the orbitals and, like, land them up here and just start building depots and rebuilding up here. And then the rest of his army goes on... Actually, he's doing that. Is he splitting up his army? No, he's not. Continuing to migrate down to the bottom. Strelok does not want to lose this game. Strelok has to win this to force the game 3. If Zanster wins this, it is all over. It's looking very good for Strelok, but remember, Zanster can keep hiding hatcheries around the map, and if he can somehow find a way to build up an army, he can make a comeback. Strelok, his army cannot move around the map as fast as he wanted to. Ooh, almost lost the Raven there. That was big. He's really hindered by having to move at the speed of these orbital commands. Mutas are trying to find a position. Uh-oh! Why is there a depot in the middle of the map? Why are you building depots in the middle of the map, Strelok? If you want to build a depot, build it at the base you want to defend. And mule bomb. Another hatchery going down. He wants to get a Masimoto. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Let's see it! Masimoto cannon! Oh, we got 2. Boom! 2 more mutas off the picture. 4 more being built, but Zanster cannot continue to keep building hatcheries forever. He needs to be mining. He needs to be mining. Where's his income? 33 drones. Where are these guys at? Oh, they're all at the top right, or top left, excuse me. Oh, he's scanning. Oh, he sees the bases again. Strelok has got to be feeling a little bit frustrated. It's a whack-a-mole game. At some point, he may decide to split up his army. But for now, why would he get the armor, the carapace upgrade? Oh, that seems so weird. I mean, you're not going to fight the BCs. And you're just going to die to Yamotos anytime they look at you, so... every bit of resource counts at this point. The creep tumors are being knocked out. That's actually helpful, because denying Zanster map vision is pretty helpful for Strelok. Strelok continues to push across here, clearing more creep. Oh, the mutas. He's got to be so careful. Masimoto cannon could take those guys out so fast. Base here, and this is a hatchery. There's nothing mining. Strelok continues to push forward. Oh, a unit dies on a watchtower. The drones! Can he get the drones? No, he cannot. Meanwhile, the mutas are thinking about making a move on these orbital commands. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Masimoto! Masimoto! No? No Masimoto. Masimoto! There we go. Boom, another one goes down. So, he almost killed one BC there. I don't know if he should feel proud about that or not, because BCs are not going to go down to mutas. You need something like at least a 4-to-1 number ratio, and it's 19 to 12. There's no way he's going to take those BCs. Is this his last mining base? How many drones is he down to? He's still at 35 drones. They're all moving down to the bottom right. But Zanster, these hatcheries are expensive. Down to 400 minerals. The end is near. Oh, I missed the mutas sweeping in trying to kill an SUV or 2. The end is near for Zanster. This is his last hatchery. His last hatchery is being built right here at the top left right now. Hydra's being taken out. Muta's taking out some. Oh! Taking out some SUVs, but it was a trap. More and more Yamotos taking out Mutas every time that they're seen. And now, exactly, now Strelok's confident enough. He's splitting his army in half. Sending some units with each portion. Zanster with a series of hatcheries. He's got 3 across the bottom. He's trying to mine and get more. You want to draw? Why would Strelok want to draw? You know what? Zanster realizes he's running out of resources. He realizes he's running out of resources. And that the end will come. And once he runs out of resources, and that's the thing, is it will happen eventually. Especially if Strelok gets 2 armies. Yeah, Strelok's now confident to split in half. He's going to kill him twice as fast. Back up to 600 minerals, but he's not mining right now. Oh! Another 4 or 5 mutas taken up by Emoto cannons. You know, we should make a montage of just mutas getting hit by Emoto cannons after this. I bet we've seen at least like 25, 30 mutas die to Emoto cannon. It would be pretty great. He wants to babysit the orbitals, but he's going to head up to the top here. He's going to deny mining from here. This hatchery's going to go down as well. It's looking actually pretty rough for Zanster. It's not even going to cancel. Oh, he is going to cancel it. Drone goes down, though. Every unit that dies is 1 unit less. Another drone bravely heading down here. He's going to die as well. This space will be taken out. Drones being moved to the top left. We'll get a little bit of mining done. But the stranglehold is closing. More and more creep is receding. This Spire, yeah. Zanster knows he's dead. He knows there was no way he could ever really make the comeback as soon as Strelok got confident enough to split his army in half. But you still try. If you have the mobility and you've got resources to build hatcheries all over, try for that base race. If Strelok makes a mistake, the orbital is vulnerable, you can go ahead and actually get that win. As it was, though, Strelok was not going to make that mistake. He was able to tie it up 1-1. So this is, man, yesterday it was the same way. These teams are so evenly matched. We're tied up 2-2 between Fnatic and Na'Vi. The deciding match between Strelok and Zanster is tied up 1-1. So coming up next, we're going to Game 3, the deciding map. Which team will advance to the grand finals of the ESL Euro Series to face off against Mousesports?